Hello there everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's Amiibo here, and today we are talking about all of the Nintendo Switch games releasing physically in December. Now here's the thing, there's basically none. There's a few games, and especially if you're a fan of RPGs, there are two in particular you should have your eye on, but otherwise, December seems to be an absent month for a lot of publishers when it comes to putting out their games. When you look forward to January, February, March, a lot more start coming out, but consistency is key here. Even though it is a smaller month, I do still want to highlight the best games releasing on Switch in December 2024, physically, not getting into eShop stuff. Let's get into it. Alrighty, people, welcome back to the channel. So yeah, here we are on GameStop.com taking a look at all of the December releases for Nintendo Switch. Actually, everything that is listed here. Maybe I'm missing something on another retailer. In fact, there is one game that we'll get to in just a second that for some reason GameStop doesn't have, and actually seems to be maybe kind of hard to get your hands on, so maybe keep an eye out for that. But starting off here, we have Fitness Boxing 3. Now, this is interesting because this is actually a Nintendo-published game. Nintendo does actually publish these Fitness Boxing games. Just like the mainline entries, they didn't publish the Hatsune Miku one or the Fist of the North Star game. But if you are a Nintendo collector and you're going for every Nintendo-published game, Fitness Boxing 3 is one to keep your eye out on, I guess. I'm not sure how many of these games we really need. I mean, they just released that Zero to Dance Hero game last month we talked about. Imagineer seems to be on an absolute roll, just milking these games, using these assets over and over again, because we got Zero to Dance Hero last month. We had the Hatsune Miku game maybe earlier this year. Fitness Boxing Fist of the North Star was like a year ago. Fitness Boxing 2 was actually back in like 2020, I think. So it's been a while since Nintendo published one, but interesting to see they're still continuing that. So that's releasing on December 5th for $49.99. Keep an eye out for it, I guess, if you're interested. It is worth noting that I think Fitness Boxing 2 was actually hard to find at one point. They did reprints, I believe, but I remember when I was buying that for my game collection for the Nintendo published sets, it was actually kind of hard to find. So maybe keep an eye out on this one. The next game I want to talk about here is, I think, the most exciting release of the month. This is the only game on this entire list that I'm like actually excited for. There is another game I'm kind of interested in, but that is Fantasian Neo Dimension. Now, this is a really weird one because it seems to be only on Amazon, VGP, so Video Games Plus, as well as the Square Enix store. I don't know why GameStop doesn't have it, Best Buy doesn't have it. This, of course, is the Apple Arcade game coming over to console from Hironobu Sakaguchi, the creator of Final Fantasy, with a soundtrack done by Nobuo Uematsu, the composer of Final Fantasy. So this is a game I'm very excited for. This game looks absolutely fantastic. I've been waiting for it to come to console, and I'm very excited to check this out. I'll probably be doing a review for you guys. I'm not quite sure yet if Square Enix is going to give your boy a code, but this is one I do have pre-ordered on Switch. I would prefer to play it on PS5, but it has this very beautiful art style where I believe all the backgrounds were actually like made with like real miniatures of like the buildings and stuff, and then they kind of just have the 3D models on that. It's a very interesting art style. I really like it. Of course, seeing Hironobu Sakaguchi and Nobuo Uematsu kind of come back and team up again is awesome. This one's going to release the same day as Fitness Boxing for $49.99 on December 5th. Absolutely cannot wait for this, and it seems to be maybe a weirdly limited release. I don't know if it'll be rare necessarily, but it's not being stocked on a lot of retailers. So definitely keep your eye out on this one. I actually pre-ordered it on the Square Enix store and paid their stupid shipping because I wasn't sure, because it came up on that store first and it didn't go up on Amazon or VGP until like a week later. So I ended up pre-ordering it on the Square Enix store. So I'm not sure if my Switch copy will even come that fast, because Square Enix store, not very good. But yeah, this is one I'm definitely excited for. Definitely my most anticipated game of December. Luckily, since this is the only game releasing that I think I'll actually be playing in December, it should give me some time to catch up on everything else that I'm trying to finish. Metaphor I still need to finish. Silent Hill 2 I just started a few days ago. So yeah, need to get through Fantasian as well as those other games, and December being kind of empty should help with that. Next up, let's go back to GameStop here. Rugrats Adventure in Gameland getting a wider release on December 6th for $39.99. Correct me in the comments down below. I thought this game was already out. Maybe if you pre-ordered it through Limited Run itself, you could get a physical copy early, because I'm pretty sure, I know it's out digitally. My friend Dampar did a review of this game, so I guess maybe this is just like the wider physical release for this. But if you grew up with Rugrats, you know Rugrats. I love Rugrats growing up, so this is what I'm kind of interested in. I don't think I would need to own it physically, though. Like, I don't know how much it costs digitally. I'm sure it's not $40. The game itself does not look the best, to be completely honest with you, but it does have like a killer soundtrack. Go watch the trailer for this game. For some reason, the composer of this Rugrats and Gameland game went absolutely crazy. Also, they have the big baby boss fight, which is really funny. This game's kind of cursed, but it's also cool. And there's also like this 8-bit mode that makes it look more like a Game Boy Color game or something like that. So pretty neat. Also, it's apparently co-op, which is definitely something to keep an eye out on. Next up, another kids game on December 6th as well. Everything getting out before we get closer to Christmas. That makes sense. Dogman Mission Impawsible from Mindscape for $39.99. This is one that's you know, I wonder if it'll go on sale in January, you know, because they have the new Dogman movie coming out from DreamWorks that actually looks pretty good. I like the animation style. This is from the creator of Captain Underpants, right? Dogman, like the comic series. I'm pretty sure it's the same people that made Captain Underpants. I don't know anything about Dogman. It's way after my time. I read Captain Underpants growing up, but I did not read Dogman. Looking at the game here, looks like a pretty basic 2D platformer, but something family friendly. Smart to get it out now before Christmas. You get those Christmas sales, but also they'll get people to buy in when the movie comes out, I think in late January. So this is one you might want to keep an eye out on if you have a younger member in the family who is a big Dogman fan. Then we have two games that I've literally never heard of from Microids as well as Axis. Starting off here with Little Big Adventure Twinson's Quest. This is the limited edition that comes with a lenticular cover, a digital art book, exclusive outfits, and a digital OST. This is coming out on December 12th for $39.99. Reading through here, let's just watch this trailer. Actually, I don't know what this is. I've literally never seen this. Okay, so we got 3D graphics here. Plunge into a unique universe enhanced by a brand new look, redesigned controls. The Magic Ball brought into 2024, promising a range of challenges against the clones. What is the gameplay? Kind of like this top-down isometric little adventure puzzle game with an interesting art style. Okay. Not for me, I don't think, but cool. Getting a physical release. Microids always doing their thing. I feel like they have like 8 games a month usually. It also, yeah, it looks like it comes with, it's a digital art book that it comes with, as well as a digital soundtrack. But you do get a 3D lenticular card in there as well. So that one might be of your interest, as well as Raging Bytes from Axis Games, releasing on December 12th, the same day, for $29.99. This one definitely looks a little bit more my style, a story-driven zombie RPG full of drama and pixels. This one, I would maybe pick this up if I saw it for like $15, you know, just on a whim. But for $30, I think I would pass. But if you like zombies, if you like kind of top-down pixel sprite games where you slay zombies, I remember playing Dead Nation on PS3. That wasn't, you know, sprite-based, but kind of reminded me of that. I do love my zombie media. You know, I'm a huge Walking Dead fan, and I love anything that has zombies in it. So maybe this is one I would check out eventually. Then on December 13th, we have what I would say is the second biggest release of the month following Fantasian, and that is Fairy Tail 2 from Koei Tecmo, releasing on, like I said, December 13th for $59.99. This is also coming to PS4, PS5. I don't think it has a physical on PS5, which is really weird. It does have a physical on PS4 if you're interested in that. But this is from Gus, the people that make the Atelier series, and it is a sequel to Fairy Tail that came out, I want to say, back in like 2019 or so on Switch. These are turn-based RPGs. This one is concluding the story of the anime. I don't know if they'll do one for 100 Years Quest or any of the post Fairy Tail stuff, but this is finishing the canon arcs of Fairy Tail. So if you're a big Fairy Tail fan, this is one I'm sure you're probably very excited for. I would like to play this. However, I have not watched Fairy Tail. I've not read much of Fairy Tail. Like I said in another video a while ago, I think I've read maybe 20 to 30 chapters of Fairy Tail, and I was enjoying it. You know, I love my overly long manga, right? I love One Piece, Naruto, all this stuff. And I think I would enjoy Fairy Tail if I, you know, took the plunge and actually read all the way through it, and then I would get to enjoy these games. But as it stands, since it is a canon story, which I really appreciate, right? I really appreciate that this isn't like some fan, not fan story, but like it's not a story made by Hiro Mashima just for the game. It is the canon events of the anime. I prefer when games do that, so you can get another retelling. You know, One Piece Odyssey was like a weird non-canon thing. I don't like that. I like getting those canon events in the games. So for Fairy Tail 1 and Fairy Tail 2 to be kind of like the complete story of Fairy Tail, that's pretty cool. I wasn't sure if Fairy Tail 1 was even like starting from the beginning of the series going up to this point. I asked that in my video like a month or so ago, and I got a lot of comments saying like, yeah, if you have not watched a Fairy Tail anime or read the manga, you can actually just play both games and probably get a pretty good picture of what the entire story is. Maybe, of course, skipping some finer details, but yeah, this is coming out on December 13th. I wanted to give a huge shout out to this. I think this is, like I said, probably the biggest release next to Fantasian from Square Enix. So I'll probably end up buying it, even though I won't be able to play it until after I read the manga. But I probably will buy it, show supports, and add it to the collection. Maybe not on release. Maybe I'll wait for a little bit of a price cut. But also, I think the first game got rare pretty quickly, and this, I imagine, would sell even less than that one because it is a sequel. Next up, we have the Dredge Complete Collector's Edition from Astragon Entertainment for $100, releasing on December 17th, the week before Christmas. I think Dredge already has a physical on Switch and PS5, but now we're getting this big box set that comes with the game, as well as a game and reverse inlay, a double-sided poster, the message from developer in a bottle. That's actually really funny. Sign of Ruins replica, a little stone there, the map on A3 stone paper, a double-sided coin, a nice fish species notebook. So Dredge is really popular. I think there was like a big Dave the Diver collab with this game at some point. This is a game with a very nice like atmosphere and like very kind of like moody lighting here, where you're on this boat, and I'm not sure, are you fishing? I'm not really. What are you doing in Dredge, man? Sell your catch, upgrade your boat, and dredge the depths for long-buried secrets. Explore a mysterious archipelago and discover why some things are best left forgotten. So, yeah, you're just going on an adventure, I guess, catching fish and then selling the fish. That sounds quite similar to Dave the Diver, actually, but not in, 2D. This is actually a 3D game. So I've heard great things about Dredge. I realistically have no intention of picking this up or playing this, but that is one of the last releases of the month. And then finally, I think I might have talked about this in the November game releases video. Maybe. I'm pretty sure when I did that video, it was slated for November, but now it's saying December 17th, and that is the Worms Armageddon Anniversary Collector's Edition for $49.99. This is a remaster of an older Worms game, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it says, it's been 25 years since the intrepid invertebrates flung themselves onto our screens. To celebrate this, we have brought this much-loved title back with Worms Armageddon Anniversary Edition. Relive 1999 with this faithful rendition of Worms Armageddon, with all the hilarious fun and madness you know and love. The Collector's Edition includes a double-sided collectible anniversary coin, Worms stickers, weapons and utilities guide booklet, a double-sided poster, and 3 exclusive pins. Worms WMD on Switch, I believe, was a super rare game, special reserve games or something like that. It was a European release. That is one of the most expensive Switch games. I'm pretty sure, at least it was at one point. I don't know if this would end up getting expensive like that. It's going to be like, I guess, in a bigger box here. We don't see like an actual product photo here. It's just like the, flat box art, but it does seem to be a bigger size, so it won't be just like a regular Switch case. This will be in a box, especially if it has like, a poster and coins and stuff. So this is the final release of December. If you're a Worms fan, definitely worth taking a look at. I'm not sure if this is releasing on PlayStation, actually. I don't know if it's only on Switch, but that is it for December, man. Like I said, December, very light month. I'm actually very thankful after a very expensive Black Friday and, a great year of games. It's nice to have a month that is pretty chill. I'm not sure how long Fantasian is. Fantasian, hopefully. I'm hoping Fantasian, given that it is an Apple Arcade game, I'm hoping that's like sub 30 hours, I'm playing all of these super long JRPGs back to back. I'm hoping Fantasian is a little bit more breezy. Get through Metaphor, get through Silent Hill, get through a couple of these other games I want to play this year, and then, get ready for 2025, because January, as we'll talk about in the video next month for the January releases, January kind of starting with a bang, especially if you like RPGs, man. Every month as a Nintendo Switch fan is just full of RPGs. So it's just a never-ending buffet of RPGs, because then you have like Tales of Graces F and Freedom Wars, and we'll talk about all that in January. But that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know if you're planning on picking up any of the releases in December for Nintendo Switch or PS5, I guess. I'm talking more about PS5 recently on this channel. Fantasian is one I already have it pre-ordered on Switch, but I would not mind having it also on PS5, I don't think. But let me know if you're planning on picking any of these games up. Of course, if I missed something, let me know in the comments down below. I'm just going off of GameStop here. I might in the future start including limited run stuff as well. I'm not sure how to do that, because they have like this, open pre-ordered period. Maybe I would have to do separate limited run videos like every other week or something. I'm not too sure if I want to integrate that, because limited run, I don't know if I want to include them in these videos. But that is going to do it for today's video. Of course, subscribe here for more Nintendo collecting content, coverage, all that fun stuff. Follow me on Twitter at BoTalksGames. Check out my Nintendo news channel at BoTalksGames as well. And until next time, folks, peace.